In a peaceful land where children played in fields and families laughed under the sky, there lived a brave young soldier named Captain John. He wore his uniform with pride and stood guard at the border of his beloved country. He was always alert, always ready to protect his people. One night, as dark clouds gathered high in the sky, Captain John received an urgent message at his base. A group of enemies was secretly hiding nearby village and moving toward the villages near the border. Their aim was to invade and seize the villagers' land, and the people were in great danger. Captain John knew exactly what he had to do. Without wasting a moment, he gathered his team and made a plan to attack the enemies. They loaded up the army trucks with all their gear and headed toward the forest to capture the intruders. The wind howled, and the night was quiet. But Captain John's heart was strong. He was sitting at the back of truck, remembered the smiling faces of the people he was sworn to protect, and that gave him courage. As they reached the edge of the forest, Captain John gathered his team and briefed them on the plan. They were heading toward the location of the enemies, as reported in the message they had received. After reaching the location, Captain John spotted the enemies sitting around a bonfire, eating and unaware of the approaching danger. Once he confirmed their exact position, he called headquarters to request additional backup. Captain John had a plan. He carefully guided his team through the shadows, using clever tactics and quick thinking. They set a trap, creating loud noises in one direction to distract the enemies while silently sneaking in from another. The enemies heard the sound of stones and grew uneasy, wondering if someone was out there. Cautiously, they headed toward the dark forest to investigate the noise. Inside the forest, sounds echoed from different directions, creating confusion. The enemies, unsure of what was happening, split into smaller groups to search the area, and that's where they made their mistake. Meanwhile, the backup soldiers had arrived. Captain John and his team surrounded the enemy soldiers, who were scattered in small groups throughout the forest. With greater numbers and a solid plan, Captain John's team was able to capture them with ease. Without firing a single shot, they stopped the attack and protected the villages. The enemies were arrested and the land was safe once more. The next morning, the villagers woke up to peace. They didn't even know how close danger had come, because Captain John and his team had kept them safe through the night. He didn't ask for thanks or praise. He simply smiled and went back to his post, watching the village, ready for whatever came next. And so Captain John became a true hero, known not just for his bravery, but for his love, his loyalty, and his quiet strength that kept his people safe.